What if the story that once broke you was actually the key to your purpose? In this episode, we explore how to transform trauma into truth, pain into power, and your story into a source of healing for yourself and the world. Hi, and welcome to the You World Order Showcase podcast, where we feature life, health, transformational coaches and spiritual entrepreneurs who are stepping up to be the change they seek in the world. I'm your host, Jill Hart, the Coach's Alchemist, on a mission to help coaches and entrepreneurs amplify their voice, monetize their mission, and get visible. If you're ready to attract premium clients without chasing algorithms or hunting people down like a banshee on a mission, head over to coachesalchemist.com and schedule your free client acquisition audit. It's the first step to building a business where your clients seek you out rather than you having to hunt them down. Today, we are chatting with Dr. Lisha Antiqua. Lisha holds a PhD in transpersonal psychology and is a holistic coach, trainer, and founder of Your Own University. She helps survivors of trauma reclaim their identity, heal deep patterns, and step into sovereignty through her amazing You method. As the creator of the safe, secure, and successful embodiment practice, Lisha guides clients to ground their energy, honor their traditions, and live authentically. A best-selling author and international speaker and developer of trauma-informed certifications, she has helped thousands of women move from silence to self-leadership and from survival to a leadership. She moved from silence to self-love and from survival to leadership. Welcome to the show, Liz. Sorry, I'm all over the
I
place
love
here.
it. No, it's fantastic. Thank you so much for introducing me. A little bio there. It's always interesting to hear our own bios, right? It's like, oh, okay, here I am. But I'm really excited to be here. Thank you, Jill, for having me. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And I'm excited to dive deep into why your story is so powerful, owning yourself. I think we're really speaking the same language here, and just hopefully just fill you up with inspiration.
Yeah, let's do that. And let's start with what's the most significant thing, in your opinion, as individuals we can do to make an impact on how the world is going?
Be ourselves. And that is so much easier said than done, right? Because we want to be good people, and that means pleasing other people in a lot of cases. And we have to be healthy and we have to be wealthy and we have to be this look and that look. Although when you really think about it, the most successful, driven, beautiful people that have really created change in the world, they didn't give up what anybody else was doing. They had their own dress, they had their own personality, they had their own zazazz, right? That needing to people please went away. And we often ask ourselves inside, or at least I did, many of my clients do, is like, why them and not me? And so the courage to be who you are and to choose who you are and master these parts of us that we all have. And I'll share a bit about that maybe in a bit. But there's 6 fundamental parts that we have within us that are ours, but we are not them, but they trick us and they make us think that we are. And once you get over that, I think that's when our lights begin to shine brighter. And I just turned 50 and I'm going through my own upgrade again. So I don't know if this is ever really like over, but we continuously get to upgrade into the next version of ourselves. And as long as you're liking yourself, it just gets better and better and better, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's a matter of giving yourself permission to like what you like, be happy with what you're happy with, and your whatever doesn't have to look like anybody else's, and you don't have to let anybody tell you what happiness looks like for you, or joy, or even sadness or grief, or any of the other emotions that we go through in life and experience. It's You're here for a reason. Your light's got to shine. The world needs your light to shine. It needs you to be you and
Yeah,
not to conform.
yeah, absolutely. So that's the biggest thing, I think. And it's my pleasure to help people and have to find their bodies. I started off as a yoga instructor, and people would just be really out of their bodies. And being a survivor with CPTSD, I had a lot of out of body flashbacks and out of body experiences, and different things happen as a child. And I realized that yoga and movement and dance helped me get in my skin. But then once I was in my skin, I didn't really like what I was thinking, right? So then I had to learn how to think. And so that's how my clients actually move me from teaching yoga and nutrition and helping people overcome those things to mental awareness and coaching and psychology and different things like that. I am not a licensed psychologist. I don't practice in that way. I'm very alternative and holistic, and I believe in coaching and moving forward. But for me, I needed to know how to be trauma informed and how to help people with their past in order for me personally to move forward into helping people in their future. So it was a beautiful piece of my development, but now I just coach within that identity and finding yourself, because we wrap ourselves up in the stories, or I am a mom, or I have a disease, right? I have diabetes, I have a mental disorder, I have CPTSD, I have this, I have that. And that identity gets wrapped up in these ideologies all over the place, or faiths and religions could be part of it, and or what we came through. And how do we turn that upside down and reclaim ourselves from all these external things and say, who am I beyond this? And how can I direct all of these experiences into something awesome? And that's where the power of your story comes in. It's like you've experienced all these things. They might have tripped you up here or helped you succeed there, right? But what can you do with those experiences if they're not you? What are they? What lessons are they? What gifts are they? And how do you cultivate that? And I think that helps people really reclaim their identity too, to be themselves.
To allow them to tell themselves different stories. We all have experiences that we go through, but I think part of the trauma comes when we identify with the stories we've that we tell ourselves about the experiences that we're having. And we're not, it doesn't matter what story you can tell yourself. You can pick anyone you want, and it will literally change how your reality unfolds around you.
Yeah.
I, and it doesn't really matter if whatever happened to you in the way that you're telling yourself that isn't serving you, versus telling yourself, yeah, that was an experience I had, and yeah, it sucked, but um it also didn't suck because of this, or I got this out of it. And it's allowed me to be in this space, which is a marvelous space, and I'm enjoying this. But it's just like, seeds don't spring up unless you put them in the dirt.
True, true. I can compress them a little bit, right?
Yeah,
We're all
yeah, you do have to
we're
press
all
them a little bit.
seedlings. Yeah, we're all seedlings going right out of our own stories, and I think they expand. For me, I've heard a lot of people say, "Well, what do I matter? Like, what does my story matter? How can I help somebody?" And then I've seen those same people begin to tell their stories, whether it's online or writing a book or just talking to people or just simply like sharing it with their friends, sharing it with me as their coach. And they begin to light up that validation, that self validation. When they've been seeking that validation from everyone else, and I was definitely one that did this too, right? I wanted validation from everybody. And but when I gave it to myself finally, like that's when everything shifted. My first couple books actually happened because I was seeking that validation from other people way back in 2010, and just wanting them to be like, "Oh, you're good. You're enough," right? But when I really turned in and wrote for me, talked for me, spoke for me, traveled for me, helped for me in a way, that's when my gifts really got to touch people. And that's when things began to look like, whoa, I really can impact people's lives and help people impact their own life. And when we're all
Mhm.
lit up, that's when we have a new world, right? A you world.
A you world.
Yeah.
So when what does it look like when someone is still speaking from their wounds rather than speaking from their wisdom?
I would say it sounds like excuses, right? The fastest way is like it sounds like an excuse. Sometimes the excuse is blaming. And a lot of people, oh, they're blaming this or blaming that. And I think that gets kind of a bad rap because the deepest wounds I found are the people that are saying, blaming the circumstance and blaming themselves. And I think those are the two that get stuck more than the other. If it's everybody else's fault, like you might gripe and complain and be angry and do that. But a lot of those people keep getting things done. The people that really stop are the people that think that they are the problem. And they're in this constant addiction to healing and fixing, which makes them not productive. And that's the people that I want to say, hey, maybe you're done healing. Maybe you've healed enough, you know enough, and it's just that click, that shift to perspective a little bit to not go the other way and blame everybody else in the world, right? Because we need to take responsibility. I just say those people are a little delusional in the sense that they can they can keep moving forward in life. But the ones that are blaming themselves and over responsibility and over that are still trying to fix and heal this brokenness. And that's really the addiction. And once we get out of that, then you have your gifts. What have I learned from this? How can I step into it? I had a client who has really gone through a lot with abuse and her family and her health, and it just keeps catapulting until finally she was like, wait a minute, what if I'm not the problem? What if I let them be the problem, or I let the circumstance be the problem, and I learn
Mhm.
this whole different language? And I don't really blame them. I just let them take responsibility for themselves. I let the situation be the situation. I let myself know that I survived. And then she began speaking a different language to herself. And slowly over time, the people that were being mean got to leave. And she began stepping more and more and more into her power. And she wasn't doing things anymore to make up for anything or to heal. And she got to the place where she was creating her reality in the sense of being healthy. And actually, I've seen it happen with multiple clients. I'm just thinking of one right now. Right, this once you have that, ooh, it's my responsibility, and not beating yourself up for that responsibility. That's when things really get to shift. And I think a lot of it happens when we change our story, when we own our story, and when we really own the fact that, yeah, we went through those things, we survived those things, we thrived those things. That was the best time of my life, right? That was the worst time of my life. And what do we want to do with all of this experience now, or this passion within us?
Yeah, it's the ability to let go and just let things be what they were, not having to have a story that it makes you a victim or even one that makes you a hero in the story. Though the hero side does serve us better if we can come to some understanding within ourselves that we may have been involved in it. Everybody's got a different perspective about what happened. And because no two people have the same experience, even if they're having the same experience,
Yeah.
we all walk away from it differently and we tell ourselves different stories about how that experience unfolded. Um, but then it kind of ceases to exist. It's like we only exist in the moment, and then there's the next moment that we're existing in.
Mhm.
And all that other stuff, it can just be like, it can just be in the closet and you can close the door.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And sometimes it's about not being scared to open that closet and go into it and pick out the clothes, pick out the stories that you need for the moment or those memories without making yourself wrong for them, without that avoidance. And I think that's where true freedom comes when you can go into that closet, right? It's not needed, it's not serving a purpose at the moment, but when you do need it, when it does have a purpose, when there's somebody that can relate, when you can hold compassion for yourself, or it just comes out of the closet anyway, because sometimes that happens, then
Yep.
you're not like, oh no, I'm bad because it came out of the closet. And you're just like, yeah, it's okay. All right, we're going to deal with this again because we really do heal in a cyclical way,
Mhm.
right? So people that
Yeah.
think that it's a linear way, like you have this happen and then you heal over here and then it goes forward, it doesn't happen that way. But if you're not shocked when that thing comes out of the closet and you're wearing that old dingy sweater again that day and you're like, oh, this is kind of comfy, or this is a little itchy, it needs to be washed, then I think that's when you stop beating yourself up for healing and you actually become healed. And then what do I want to do with a well life? Instead of looking at other people going, well, they must have a great life, knowing that you get to know those people and 99% of the time they're like, oh, my life is falling apart, this is happening and that's happening and I went through this and I went through that, right? Like I've never met anyone that I didn't think was like the pinnacle of awesomeness. I get to know them and I'm like, oh, you're just as human as me, you're just as, you're struggling
Yeah.
with something too, things look a little bit different for you, but it's that internal stuff that we share with our friends that we don't necessarily, I mean, I do, you might, but a lot of people don't share it with the public because it's not part of their job description or their purpose or their soul calling. And so I just think that it's good to remember that who you are is constantly evolving, and when you're okay with your past, when you know you have the tools to take care of yourself if it comes up or when it comes up again, and look at it from this higher perspective, right? Part of it's time, part of it's just maturity, part of it is like you went and you did the work, you went through the process, you healed that deep wound, right? And now it's flowering, and allowing that to be, I think that's where true freedom comes from, to be authentic within yourself and to own your story.
Yeah. And again, it's just being okay with who you are and not trying to let others tell you what you have to be. You can just be you. It's okay. And being able to say, I love myself. It's all right if nobody else thinks I'm the cat's pajamas. I do. And I'm happy with it. And if it gets too bad, I can just go upstairs in my bedroom and close the door, and my dog will love me,
My dog will
and
love
I
it. My
can love
dog
me.
does love me. There is that. And then there's this process. So in the Amazing You journey, it's really about walking people through the elements of human design, not like human design, like the thing, but like their design as a humans. We each have a physical body, we each have a mental mind, we each have an emotional facility, we each have an etheric field, an energy, a vibration, a field around us, and getting to know how to work those systems from the place of consciousness and awareness that you are. We call it soul psychology. It's what I teach at Gateway University and at your own university and in the world. It's just one of the things that I absolutely love, because when you are living from that soul perspective, from the higher consciousness perspective, not spiritual, but it's awareness, it's a consciousness, like, oh, if my arm gets cut off, I'm still me, right? If I have a mental breakdown, I'm still me. If I emotionally lose my shit, I'm still me. If everything comes in and I lose it all, right? Because my world is bombarded with other circumstances that are controlling my reality. I'm still me. And so, who is the me is less important than the realization that you aren't any of those things, and the learning how to listen so you can choose, well, how do I want my body to feel, right? We don't necessarily have choice of how it looks. We do to a certain extent. We can eat right and work out and get surgeries and stuff, but I'm never going to be 6 foot tall. like, I'm never going to look differently than I do. And so just understand, like, how can I be happy? Back to your point, like, how can I be happy with who I am in this situation? And how can I also direct it towards my happiness? What does happy look like? You said that at the beginning of the show, like, what does happiness look like to you? What does joy look like to you? How do you express sadness? What stories go through your head when you're expressing sadness? It's a course we call Amazing Emotions, and it's where people outline their emotional states from David Hawking's chart, but from the bottom to the top. And we work with frequencies, and we work with the song within you that is emotion. And if you're not trying to feel like they do or have them validate your feelings, oh, well, you're happy today, good for you, right? And you're like, oh, yay, good me, I'm happy today. But you're not really happy. You're just putting on a mask and you're tricking them. That's not going to feel good within you. You're not going to feel seen. But when you can, they go, oh, you're happy today. And you go, you know what? I'm putting on a good mask. I want to be present here with you today. But internally, I'm feeling a little sad. I'm having these stories go on. Then you can ask for what you need. And when we're in community and we can ask for what we need because we know what we need, that's when, I think that's when we all feel really seen. That's where we all feel really heard. And I think that's one of the most beautiful gifts in the world. I am still healing my own community wounds and building my own communities, and it's been one of the most healing, beautiful aspects of life, is watching the community come together and support one another without me, right? That's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. And we get that when we can be honest with ourselves and show up as ourselves. I think that authenticity people feel. I think I went off on a tangent there, but it felt good.
You're good. You're good. It's so true. And I love communities for that reason, because it doesn't require one leader. It's a group and we all support each other. And it's not like one person has to have all the answers, because one person doesn't have all the answers. But as a collective, we can we can grow off the wisdom of each other. And sometimes some person is further ahead and then they're further behind in some other areas. And it just, there's a synchronicity that happens when people come together and they're kind of on the same journey of
Mhm.
healing, and they hold space for each other to be authentic, to practice speaking kindly to themselves, but also to others, so that they can understand how they want to hear themselves spoken about. And it just, there's like such a beauty to all of that.
There really is. And I think, especially if you've been stuck in that healing, 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 fixing, 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 how do I fit into whatever norm you have decided you need to fit into to be
And you don't
healed,
know
to
what it
be well
is.
enough? And we usually don't. But once you start practicing, well, who am I practicing when I'm well? Who am I practicing when I'm happy? Who am I practicing? How am I going to speak to myself? How am I going to eat? How am I going to move? How am I going to, whatever, to make yourself happy? Back to your point again, like, then that's when the healing is over. And that's where people, especially people that I've worked with that have gone through childhood abuse, or are literally raised with their nervous system dysregulated, right? Their nervous system going, that being unhealthy and being mentally, physically exhausted or
Mhm.
emotional has been their norm, they don't know what they don't know yet. And that not knowing is, well, how do I be healthy? How do I dream again? How do I step into my awareness? How do I say yes to who I am? How do I fall in love with myself? And what does that look like? What does love even mean? How am I loving myself now with my own definition of love? I used to love the crap out of myself. I was so critical. I was so critical. I was so like everything needed to be just so. I was, and then I was so like, forget it, you can't do anything right. I was in absolute agreement with how love showed up for me growing up. Picky, like everything needed to be just so, tons of responsibility, never doing it good enough and throwing it away. That was love. That's who I attracted in my marriage too. Just like that was love for me. And it's not textbook love, it's not fairy tale love, it's not any of that, but it's what my nervous system recognized, those butterflies, right? Is I'm going to help you be a better person because I'm going to show you how you're not good enough yet. That was love to me. And once I outgrew that love, once I saw, oh, that's how I'm loving myself, that's how I attract people in my life to love me. And how do I let that go now? And how do I redefine love as patient, as accepting, as forgiving, right? Oh, I can screw up now. Hey, I don't have to show up just perfect online. Some days I was just like, today I was feeling into this. I'm like, I want to show up raw. Like, I'm not all glammed up, makeuped up, and anything today because I was like, it doesn't matter. I want to show up for you, world, as me, embodying my own university and raw and authentic. Very part of my brand. The other part of my brand is very glamour, very gorgeous. Just kind of depends on what that is. Both are very authentic. Both are full of love instead of one or the other, right? Where before I might have had to look a certain way. So I think to like boil this down into self-love and loving yourself is there's a journey of recognizing like how is love really authentically showing up for you? How do you accept love? Is love angry? Is love happy? Is love supportive or is love critical? And instead of saying, well, it's not love because it was abusive, be like, no, that's how I recognize love. And if I can own that, then I can change my definition of love. I can change the direction in which it comes into me. And then I can change the outcome of my reality. So I'm more loving to myself. And that's when everything changes. And I call it somebody graduates from their own school of hard knocks, right? They graduate from their own university. Yeah.
It's lovely how people can actually become done. I think we also get on these journeys and we're like, we never allow ourselves to be healed or to be graduated from the U university. And it's okay, you can graduate. There's still going to be stuff on the other side, and it'll stuff will still come up, but you'll know how to deal with it and you'll know how to move forward. And it's not as complicated as we humans like to make things.
Yeah.
We like them to be like a bazillion ingredients to make something that really only takes 4 and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But when people are for starting to cook, it takes them an hour and a half to make something that, you've made a million times and you can do it really quickly and it's going to turn out the same every time.
Every time.
But it's
Yeah.
just because you've done it so many times. And I think that's what you provide in your community, the U University. Is that
Yeah. Your own university.
your own university? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, you're good. Um, there's a couple companies that have similar names, but I think I was first, in all honesty, looking back. We've been around for a while. So your own university. And yeah, so we're talking right now at your own university really about the power of your story and how to shift these stories within yourself. And there's levels to it. And so part of it is getting to know yourself. And do you want to tell a story, and how is that story, and what is your story? And then we also go into helping people publish and write their stories, and what to put in and what to leave out, and how to get through the more, when you open up that closet, like we said, and you're shifting through, like, what am I going to tell people, right? There's triggers, there's different things, and that's where I really come in and shine a different light on things, because I have that wheelhouse to help people walk through those triggers quicker, remind them that they're going up the rungs, that they've already visited it before, right? That they're pulling things out of their closet to share and use for the good, and how to do that. And then we walk through the marketing and publishing and sharing for the books in a really authentic way, because some people love to speak and be on camera and all of this. I love this, right? Other people just want to write. I also love that. Other people want to just they just want to put it out there, and whoever gets it, right? And so really finding that heart and what you want to do with your story is important. So we're having a lot of fun at Your Own University, really focusing on that and helping people through that right now.
And I know you offer the power of your story in 21 days to get it done. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So the Power of Your Story is a webinar. It's absolutely free. You can go to yourownuniversity.com. There's a big button right right in the middle of the page. Click it, go and register, and come to the Power of Your Story, and bring your notebook, and let's just start finding out where you are and in that process, and what you want to do with it, and how you can utilize that to heal any old woundings, or make purpose from whatever happened to you, or your struggle, or step into your own identity even more, and what that looks like. So that's the webinar. And then the 21 days is called Get It Done, and I meet with you 3 times in a group. It's a group program. Every day you get prompts to write, because a lot of people couldn't write. And I've actually had 2 or 3 people. I think there was 3 people last year, but there might have been 2 people. I was thinking about it yesterday, but definitely 2 people that published their books in 21 days. Like, they finished the book. It was just, they did 78-page, Amazon books, but
Mhm.
they finished their books in 21 days, in 3 weeks, and published them. So I give you that. I give you the inside out of self-publishing, and how to do that, and different ways to do that, and just a lot of fun. And yeah, so that is happening. That group happens on the regular. So you'll be able to join, do the 21 days, and then of course, if you want to move further with us, we can help you build your empire.
Sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. And it all starts with yourownuniversity.com,
Yeah,
correct?
absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us today, Lisha.
You're
This has
so
been a
welcome.
great conversation.
Yeah. Thank you, Jill. I appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and please reach out.
So to learn more about Lisha and to get her the Power of Your Story webinar, and then to join the 21 days to get it done, be sure to visit yourownuniversity.com, and we'll put those links in the show notes below. Thanks for tuning in with us today to the U World Order Showcase podcast. If you're ready to amplify your voice, monetize your mission, and start attracting premium clients, your next step is simple. Head to coachesalchemist.com and schedule your free client acquisition audit. Be sure to join us for our next episode as we share what others are doing to raise the global frequency. And remember, change begins with you. You have all the power to change the world. Start today and get visible.